Hello again. I was, if I can spit it out already, I am doing the finish the book tag. I was tagged by Elizabeth at LizzieFayeLovesBooks. And I appreciate the tag, Elizabeth. There is 8 questions. 1. Do you keep a list of the books you have read? I haven't started doing a list of the ones I've read till recently when I joined Booktube community back in May. I also started using Goodreads last year when I saw it was recommended on a Facebook group. And that's how I was keeping track of what I was reading as well. I wanted to see how many books I've actually read in a year, which has been helping because then I can keep pushing myself. Since May, I've been not only keeping track of what I read, but I also been keeping track of the total number of pages I've read in a month, so that way I can have an idea of another way of how much I'm actually reading. 2. If you record stats, what stats do you record? I don't record any stats at all. I think it'd just be strenuous on myself. I'm trying to figure out how to graph any of this. I just prefer to keep doing what I'm doing as far as writing down what I've read and how many pages. It's easier on me that way instead of putting in the extra work. 3. Do you give star ratings for books? And if so, what do you score books out of, and how do you come about the score? I do give star ratings according to how Goodreads do it. They do the 5-star rating, and how I score them is depending on how well I really like it, and how the characters in the book affect me personally, or how boring or interesting it is, that sort of thing. I mean, I hope you get the gist. Number 4, do you review books? I started to slowly start doing that this year when I joined Booktube. As often as I've been started watching everybody else reviewing their books and explaining how they liked it or whatnot, it's been helping me slowly get into the groove and the feel of doing the same thing, because I know everybody appreciates knowing how other people feel about the same book, because it gives them an idea, guideline for when they want to go read it on what to expect. That's what's been also helping me read and find new books to read as well, is by what they review. I have read so many new books this year, it's crazy, and I've enjoyed just about every single one of them that I've read so far, and I still got 3 more here that I checked out from the library that I had found through other booktubers that I wanted to read. And if you're hearing a kitty cat meow in the background, it's because one of my cats is trying to get my attention to pick her up, because she wants my attention, but I'm not doing it right now. Number 5, I wrote down the wrong question for this. I had put the same thing as I did for number 4, so I can't remember what number 5 was supposed to be. So we'll just move on. Number 6, how do you pick your next book? I go currently to what others have read and liked. I'm also a mood reader. It just depends what I'm in the mood to read. And if I'm feeling pretty strongly for a book, I go and try to find it and pick it up. Number 7, do you have any other rituals for when you have finished a book? The only rituals I do, I guess, is what I've already covered. I write them down, I record the pages I read, and depending on how well I like it, and depending if I borrowed the book from the library, if they're my own books, I usually put them up in my closet to keep for later on till I decide if I want to keep it or donate it. And I have donated some books already this year. A couple months ago I did it on haul. It was a pretty quick, short on haul. And I gave a majority of the ones I unhauled to the food pantry that I volunteer with. Because they're starting to give not just food to families who need it, but they have a shelf for books for kids. And since I know I've been seeing that they've been putting books out for kids, I figured, well, the adults gotta read too. So I've been making sure that I've been bringing in a few books here and there for the adults to read. And the ones I've been bringing in so far for them is romance, because they're the ones that I've been finishing up. Otherwise, I don't really have any other rituals besides that. I mean, I'm a pretty simple gal. I just usually make a decision on what to do with it and be done with it. Number 8, who do you tag? I chose 5 people. Erica's Bookish World, Amy McLean, Romance Queen of Booktube, Andreea and Bookland, and Hanna's Bookworld. And if any of you haven't done this book tag yet, I also tag you guys. Otherwise, those are the 5 that I have chosen to tag, and I hope that they be willing to do it too. That'd be it for this tag, and thanks again, Elizabeth, for tagging me in this. And take care.